Hello, everyone. It's Geekonomics. We're back. We are both at home today, celebrating the leftover remnants of the July 4th holiday. Hope everyone had a good weekend, had a good holiday. How are you doing, Brian? How was your holiday weekend?
Mark, I am doing good. I don't know why. I thought of something and it's cracking me up. Oh, okay. I gotta stay focused. So my holiday weekend it went by, it was nice. I've been off since Friday. It feels like I feel refreshed. It felt like a mini vacation. I think I spent every day outside. Um, it was nice. How was yours?
It's good, good. On Saturday, we went over to Claire's dad's house, or stepfather's house, I should say, and went over and hung out there for a little bit. And then went to the East Long Meadow fireworks, which oddly enough had a perfect viewing angle of the Six Flags fireworks,
Oh yeah.
which happened before the East Long Meadow fireworks. So after the Six Flags fireworks, I just turned to Claire and I'm like, "Can we just go now?" And it's like, "I'm good." That was far enough away where I saw fireworks, so we stayed for the first couple to go off, and then like we just took off because we're like, "Yeah, it's too many. I don't want to be stuck in traffic for an hours trying to
Well,
get out of East Long Meadow."
you're getting old. I don't want to be stuck in traffic. Let's leave early.
Oh, it's just nuts. It's ridiculous. People park everywhere because she lives right off the main. Their house is right off the main drag,
Yeah.
and we were just walking back during the fireworks happening. It was just dead still traffic,
Oh
like
yeah.
all the way to the circle, all the way down. It was just. I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. We can go."
Our neighborhood was lighting off fireworks yesterday. It was from like the moment it got dark to like
Yeah,
10:30, just all over
yeah,
the goddamn place.
yeah. They were
Yeah.
still going off until like 1 a.m. here last night in Springfield. So
Well, Enfield has their official fireworks this weekend.
yes, the taste of Enfield.
Yeah. But we
Yes,
went through it last week. We don't need to go
yes.
through it again.
For
But
July celebration, they're actually going to release the menu for the taste this week. I saw a
ooh,
post online. So get ready to find out all the fun treats you can have at the Taste of Enfield.
the the really expensive foods you can
Yes.
buy at
Yes.
the waste of Enfield. I mean, the taste of
Yeah.
Enfield. Um,
Yes. There's also a food truck festival at Evergreen Walk this weekend.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, Saturday, I have to go to Look Park for a celebration of life.
Oh.
I will not be going to the
Yeesh.
um, but a food truck festival does sound pretty good.
Yeah.
Evergreen Walk too, huh?
Yeah.
Is that a Saturday, Sunday?
I would say Saturday and Sunday. I could be. I just know that we're going on Saturday. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Um, all right, Mark. Um, we will be discussing Stranger Things at the end of the show.
Yes.
Forewarned,
Wearing my Dungeons and Dragons shirt in honor of Stranger Things.
nice. We do want to start the show off by reminding everybody about the Manchester Comic and Toy Convention. It will be happening this month, July 24th.
Yes.
The Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Admissions, $5.
Few short weekends away.
Yeah, kids 10 and under are free. It's at the Army and Navy Club at 1090 Main Street, Manchester, Connecticut. You'll see comics, toys, collectibles of yesterday and today. Probably more toy oriented, cards, classic 80s toys and stuff of that nature. The last show was really well attended.
Yes.
I highly recommend come early if you can. I'm sure this one's going to be highly attended as well.
And Matt Ryan will be doing caricatures.
Matt Ryan will be there.
Yes.
And if you go on Facebook and look it up, he's been releasing guests every couple days.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan was released. There's a couple local artists, some comic book people who will be there. There's going to be a cosplay contest, which is very popular. And I think the winner last time, I can't tell you what you would win now, but last time the winner got, I think, a $50 gift card to any booth at there.
Yeah, and also I think a
$50.
gift card to a local comic shop in the area too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But I don't know what the
yeah,
first place winner is going to be this time, but it's going to be good.
yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, we hope to see you there.
Yeah, and you can get tickets in advance too, correct? You don't have to get them at the door.
Yeah, I think if you go to the webpage, you go to look it up on Google. Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Look it up on the Facebook.
On the Facebook. Mark, I got before news, anything you want to talk about before I jump into news? How was your week? You watch anything of interest?
We'll finish Stranger Things. Have dove back into Only Murders in the Building on Hulu. I love that show. It's very well done.
Here's good.
Steve Martin, Martin Short, Selena Gomez, and a slew of fun cast. Like this year, they have Amy Schumer is on there, and Tina Fey pops up a lot. I think she's an executive producer or something. So that show's really good. I think you and Allison would like that show.
Yeah, I heard good things. I want to check it out.
Yeah. Watching the Orville.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking to Orville, I am in the middle of season 1. I just watched the episode with Rob Lowe when he shows up as this alien.
Yes.
Well, he's the alien that had the affair with his wife in the very beginning.
Yes.
And he has he makes people fall in love with him with these hormones he has. And Norm Macdonald's Blob.
Yes.
It's Lucky finally.
Yes.
He has sex with the doctor, and it was sort of disturbing when they open the door and the Blob is encompassing her whole body. It was very weird.
Yes.
But it was a great episode. And how's the new season?
It's really good. It's really well done. They're doing a very good job of expanding the universe more. Because it's not under the Fox umbrella anymore. This is the first Hulu only season.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit, you could definitely tell they've been given more money to do things.
Yeah.
So.
The special effects was never that bad. I mean,
no, it's not just that. I mean, that the special effects side of it, just the storytelling and there's more space shots and more that kind of stuff. Right. There's more special effects that they're able to do now than they were doing beforehand.
Yeah. And
the story's and gets fleshed out more in season 2 and stuff, but now they're really delving into a lot more stuff.
Nice.
Some, topics and things.
I'm excited to get there.
It's a really well done show. Yeah. Yeah. And then yesterday we had our annual Marvel marathon in honor of Independence Day. We watched all the Captain America movies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's our thing. We do a little, just the Avengers ones, not actual Captain America, but any group Avenger movies. So Avengers, Age of Ultron, Civil War, and then the Infinity Saga.
Gotcha.
So
that makes more sense. When you say Captain America, I'm thinking you watch the Captain America movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's really only the other two are just Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Which we don't do those two, but we do all the other ones.
Cool.
Yeah.
How was Miss Marvel going?
It's good. It's getting really interesting. They're doing a really good job. They're really fleshing out her character's origin more than I think we've seen in other mediums, which would be the video game, basically.
In the comics.
Yeah. But more
her powers are different than they were.
Yeah, they're definitely switching it up, and they're not as it's not her body is extending and elongating. It's a I don't know what the word would be, an ethereal appendages are being shot out of the bracelet is what's causing it. It's not her. It's the aura around her that's causing the things to happen. So she's able to do little platforms she could run on and stuff like that.
Like the
So
10 Rings sort of deal?
yeah, very much in the Ten Rings version. So they're definitely like connecting those two characters together in the way that they're telling the story.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some kind of like they're like the bracelets from Shang-Chi and the gauntlets from Miss Marvel are gonna be connected from the same like planet or something. There's gonna be some kind of connection there, I think.
Yeah.
But it's really
That's
good.
cool.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's really popular. Like from what I've read everywhere, it's really popular in the younger demographic. So,
Yeah.
which is good because you need to get those people pulled into the, you know,
Well, we got the Thor coming. I'm
got the
super
Thor.
excited. Super
Taika
excited.
Waititi
I know.
is back
Uh,
as Korg.
um, anything else, Mark? I got a few things before
That was
I
about
jump.
it. There really wasn't much else. Just like you said, just enjoying the weekend, not having to do anything.
Well, this weekend, obviously we finished Stranger Things, but oh my
Careful.
God. I've got a
Careful.
fall. Hold on to your butts.
Careful.
I'm getting wacky over here.
Jeez.
I think I'm drunk. No. Um,
I think I'm drunk. I don't know if I'm drunk.
I
But
don't
I think
know.
I am.
I'm drunk on life.
Drunk
Okay.
on life.
So we started Barry season 3 at the beginning of the week. We finished it on Saturday night or Sunday night.
Mm.
Fucking amazing. Amazing. I don't know where they're gonna go with season 4, but Bill Hader not only was his acting like amazing, but he directed the majority of the episodes. I think he might have even directed all of them. But like fantastic. Highly recommend Barry. Amazing show. Season 4 is in the works. We started season 2, What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
Hilarious.
very good.
It's so funny because we watched the first season when it first dropped, when it first was coming out.
Yeah.
Then season 2 happened and we just forgot about it. And then we needed something new to watch because we finished our Scrubs rewatch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we should jump back into this. And we are already middle of the season. The episode where Laszlo runs away and he becomes Jackie Daytona.
Yes. Jackie Daytona. I forgot about that episode.
He's got his toothpick and his denim jeans, and he puts the toothpick in, and you don't recognize him.
Yes.
And Mark Hamill plays the other vampire that's trying to get his money.
Yes.
His $170.
Yes.
Oh my God, the show is just hilarious.
It's so stupid. It's hilarious.
They got a new season coming out in a couple weeks.
Yes.
So we have to watch season 3 still. Season 4 will be coming out. Very excited for that. I'm also in the middle of This Flag Means Death. I really enjoy, speaking of Watiki, playing Blackbeard. I think he's awesome as Blackbeard. That show
gets crazier that season. That show.
Yeah, that show is really good. I'm in the middle right now. I kind of watch one every couple of days. I really enjoy it. And because Umbrella Academy season 3 is on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I finished watching that too. I forgot to talk about that.
What do you think about season 3?
It's different than the book. It's loosely based off of I can't remember which book it was, with the motel, the hotel on the edge of space kind of thing. Remember that one? I can't remember which volume that was, but it kind of has that in it, and craziness ensues.
Well, I just started reading volume 1.
Oh, okay.
There's only 3 volumes.
Yes.
So I'm assuming volume 3 is probably loosely based on season 3.
Very loosely.
Because I'm in the middle of volume 1 right now, and it makes me excited to start the show with fresh eyes. I've tried to start the show twice. I'm definitely, once I finish volume 1, I'm gonna start watching it, and then I'll finish reading. But the big difference already in the volume 1 is 7. That Ellie Page plays.
Yes.
she becomes the villain,
Yeah.
and like she becomes like the super violinist, and she just explodes people by playing. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So I'm excited to finish volume 1 and to jump into the show and give the show a fair shot. Because those first 2 times I watched it late at night. I was tired. Now I'm very excited. So don't tell me anything. So I think that's it for me, Mark. News. I got some news.
Oh, before we get into that, though, speaking of comic book stuff,
Yeah.
The Boys.
We're gonna start The Boys this week.
Oh my God. Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
They do Hero-gasm.
I know.
This happened.
I know. Don't tell me.
It happened.
We are watching it. We're gonna start our next show. We want to finish Barry, Stranger Things, and The Boys is next. So news, Mark.
Yes.
So guess what movie is now the biggest 4th of July debut ever in North America? Can you
Minions,
guess?
Rise of Gru.
Yes. $108.5 million. And overseas, you're looking at $127.9 million.
Yeah.
It beat Transformers Dark of the Moon and Spider-Man 2. This is crazy. So
I mean,
also,
is it though?
yes, it kind of is.
It's a kids movie. It's perfect for kids. You take your kids, drop them in the theater, and do whatever you want.
I have news for you. News for you, Mark. So this online trend where these young people, like teenagers, 20-something-year-olds,
Yeah.
they were all posting videos of opening night, and they're all wearing suits.
Yeah.
And like 10, 12 of them. And they would all show up at the theater, and they all shake each other's hands like they're seeing like a highfalutin movie, and they all go see the Minions movie, and they're all dressed to the nines. And then this became a thing on TikTok and social media where people were sharing all these videos, everybody dressed up in suits to watch the Minion movie. So it's not just kids. It's so weird.
But you think about it, that the Minions movies have been going on now, I want to say, for at least 15 years.
Yeah, probably.
So kids who were 8, 9 when the first movie of this Despicable Me universe came out are now in their 20s. So this has been their movie that they've like grown up with.
Wow. Okay. Despicable Me came out in 2010.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. So life is moving too quickly, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm looking up, I'm like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like we're looking at, 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
What year is it?
2022.
Yeah, so 12 years. I don't even know. I don't even know what year it is anymore.
What year is it? What year is it? Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
So yeah, the kid was 10 years old when that movie came out, and he loved it. That kid's now 22.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And still going to see those movies.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, we'll see if Thor can dethrone it. I know the pre-sales for Thor are really big, so we'll see what happens this weekend. I got Marvel news. Marcus.
Yes.
Kingsman, Taron Egerton still wants to play Wolverine, and it is reported that he's met with Marvel and he has met with Kevin Feige. How do you feel about this?
No. Next question.
Well, explain. I I've never seen the Kingsman movie with him in it. I've only seen one Kingsman movie.
You saw Rocket Man, the
No,
Elton
I
John
never
movie,
saw Rocketman.
but you saw the things for that.
That was him.
Yes,
I heard he was really good.
he's good. I just don't see him as being Wolverine.
Well, in this article, he does state how that playing Wolverine after Hugh Jackman, he said, I'd be excited, but I'd be very apprehensive as well because he, what's his name? I think I'm drunk. Why can't I say his name?
Who? Taron Egerton?
No. Who plays Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman. God, I can't.
You just said it 2 seconds ago.
I know. Hugh Jackman is associated
with. How much coffee have you had this morning?
3 cups.
That's probably why.
If I'd be very difficult for someone else to do it.
You're like a little kid going to see the Minions movie right now. Jeez.
I am. I'm hopped up on goofballs.
Jeez, Louise.
Don't pay attention to me.
No more sugar for you, young man.
I think, I really think the guy who plays Wayne in Shorzy should play Wolverine.
He'd be good at it, but I just don't think he's like in the zeitgeist of being a person that they would grab.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I know it's perfect, but I don't think that he's like somebody that's like gonna be in the running for it, so to speak.
I'm not saying who I think is in the running. On a personal level, that's who I think.
I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, I just don't think that's ever going to happen.
Well,
it would have to be somebody. It's going to be somebody random.
You don't think Taron Egerton's random, though?
No. I think he'd be a better Cyclops.
Really?
Yeah.
You think he's too much of a pretty boy?
Yes.
And do you think he's like a little too skinny?
Yes.
Fair. I mean, I don't really know much.
Not even like skinny so much as just like his body type, I think more would work in a Cyclops than in a Wolverine.
Gotcha.
Like, it's weird to say like you need like somebody more rugged to play Wolverine.
That's why the guy who plays Wayne, he's at the upper body strength.
Yeah. I mean, but just like you need to have like in the body shape. You need to have like the Hugh Jackman works in that character because of his body shape fits the comic book character more.
Well, not really, because
I mean more than Taron Egerton would. Like you need to be like broader shouldered. This is weird to say, but broader shouldered, smaller hips, kind of small legs areas, like you need to be like a triangle kind of.
Yeah.
Whereas Taron Egerton is not that body shape.
Right. Fair. That's fair.
But then again, I'd have to see it. Like, I'm pretty sure if someone had said back when they were talking about Hugh Jackman being Wolverine, there's probably the same thing said, like, oh, I don't think he could pull it off.
You do know Marvel shapes these people into like fucking, they make them work out, so he would.
It's like the thing is, it's like, they've done such a great job of picking the people to be the characters. Like you can't see Iron Man without seeing Robert Downey Jr. anymore.
Right.
You can't see Captain America without seeing Chris Evans. You can't see like these characters like Black Widow, Hawkeye. Like these, like they did such a good job of casting these characters. Like even Doctor Strange, Loki. It's like they all like look without any kind of added stuff, basically like those characters from the comic books.
Yeah.
So I think it's like you have to like oddly find actors that look relatively close to those characters.
I agree. But
like even Chris Pratt looks like Star-Lord.
Yeah.
But Chris Hemsworth was born to be Thor. It's like that kind of thing. It's like you have to oddly find those people.
That's why I think I'm going to get his real name. Jared Is it Keeso? Jared Keeso.
Kesso, maybe? I don't
Is
know.
it Keeso? Keeso.
Kiso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think he's got the body shape.
He does, and he's Canadian.
That's what I'm saying.
So you already got it. It's already there. You don't have to do any work.
Seriously.
I just don't know. Like, I just don't know if listening to interviews of him, if he would be that into jumping into the mainstream like that much, like that kind of character.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
And we probably would be saying goodbye to any more Letterkenny for a long time.
Yeah.
Which I miss that show on a daily. I think about that show all the time.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the new season to come back. I want more Shorzy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one more bit of Marvel news. Marvel's coming out of my mouth here.
Marvel news.
So Doctor Doom was leaked by Howard Stern on a hot mic.
I heard about this.
It was going to a commercial break during his show.
Yeah.
And he was talking to his producer about getting guests. And Howard Stern says, you know, he's trying to bank some stuff because he's going to be filming this summer. And they asked him what, and he goes, I'm going to be doing Doctor Doom. And he goes, but believe me, I'm effing miserable about it. Only because he's really nervous. And I guess he was trying to talk to Robert Downey Jr. or Jon Favreau for acting tips. And he is basically just rumored to be playing a version of himself in the universe.
Yeah.
But also, we don't know if this is going to be a show or a movie. But the fact that this was leaked just by a hot mic leads us, we're getting closer to Fantastic Four territory.
Well, I think it's going to be Fantastic Four. I don't think it's Doctor Doom. I think he's filming a part of the Fantastic Four movie with Doctor Doom.
I don't know, Mark, because Doctor Doom is a very fascinating character. And if they gave us a Doctor Doom show just to give us a background of Doctor Doom that could lead into the Fantastic Four movie.
I think they would have announced it already if they were doing a Doctor Doom show.
I don't know.
I mean, they announced basically every other show that they're thinking of doing. So why wouldn't you announce Doctor Doom?
You could be right. He could be doing Fantastic Four, and he could just be misspeaking about.
Because Fantastic Four is going to be starting filming this summer.
Well, then it's probably that.
Because it comes out relatively soon, I believe, like next year or the year after.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it would be the Fantastic Four movie.
So he probably just misspoke. So.
Or he's just ribbing everybody. It is Howard Stern after all.
Well, I don't know. It was a hot mic moment, and that's exciting. That's exciting news, I think.
Yeah.
And
I think that comes out in 2024. That's the rumor. I think when they announced all that stuff, like at Comic-Con last year.
And there's also rumors that John Krasinski will be playing Dr. Reed Richards.
Well, I mean, that's already like he did it in the movie already, so it kind of makes sense. I mean, why else would you do it? I mean,
yeah.
If you're gonna cast him for just one movie, that makes no sense.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, 2023.
Yeah. So there you go.
Or 2020. Oh, no. It's going to be in 2024.
Okay.
But hold on. Potential release dates are 2023 November or February 2024. So if they film it this year, they give them plenty of time for special effects, and they can put it out at the end of next year or 2024.
Yeah.
You know, these movies are going to get changed around only because we're still in a pandemic. we're coming
we're
out
still
of
pushing
one.
everything around from that. So it's like there's things that are
Yeah. So,
yeah.
anywho, I think Howard Stern probably pulled a, when you're a kid and you can be playing a video game and your parents would be like, "How is this a Nintendo?" And you're like, "It's not everything was a Nintendo." He
Yeah.
could feel like Doctor Doom because maybe that's what he.
Well, he might be filming a scene with Doctor Doom
Yeah.
before he becomes Doctor Doom, and they're just saying like, "Oh, you'll be doing a thing with Doctor Doom's character,"
Right.
and that's what he was thinking. I'm just doing a Doctor Doom movie.
Yeah. Total. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All right, Marcus. Stranger Things season 4. Holy
Stranger
moly!
Things.
Holy macaroni!
Stranger Things season 4,
I
part 2, episode 8 and 9.
Well, I mean, we really didn't discuss much about any of it, really.
Yes, that's true. We have not, because you were waiting on you to watch it, because you're, as always, wait till
behind.
a month after everything's come out to even look at it.
I say this is by far one of my favorite seasons of the show.
Oh, light years better than anything else they've done.
Yeah, and I love just so much about the season. I loved Eddie, MVP baby. Eddie,
yeah,
you're our dog forever.
yes,
he had Bobby Kegler energy.
yes, very much so.
Yeah, that's what I got off of him.
Yes.
I have no problem admitting I must have cried at least 3 times.
Oh my gosh. Not even 3 times, more than that. I think
there was there was
I cried when Will like poured his heart out in the car to Mike. I mean,
let's talk about Will. I know we've been having discussion about Will. And like I know you use the term double agent, which to me sounds weird.
Well, not so much a double agent as in like I think that he is one of the ways Vecna is peering into what's going on in reality right now, like in this universe.
Yes, he's an empath.
He's an empath. And I think he's also on the upside of it knows that he's being used by Vecna.
I think he knows something's up. And
that's what I mean. Like he doesn't know exactly what's happening, but he knows there's something going on. Right. And he's trying to get across to the group, like, hey, I can, like he said at the end of that season, like he's not dead. He's like just healing somewhere in the Upside Down.
He's not going to stop.
And he's like just recovering to attack. So I think that's like his, like, not so much a double agent, but that's like the easiest way to explain it. Like, I think he's like conflicted in the fact that he's being used by both sides, kind of. Like not being used so much on the reality side, but he's being used by Vecna as a way to look into reality, into this universe, but also he's like wants to defeat him at the same time. And that's like an inner conflict he has with himself that he's like.
I also have this sinking feeling because the Duffer Brothers did say Will be have a huge part in season 5.
Yeah.
I think it all comes back to Will. It started with Will. I think it's going to end with Will. And I think that either Will sacrifice himself, Will could die, or he knows that maybe Mike or 11 could die. And maybe that's what's...
No, I think
or maybe he knows he
knows that 11 needs Mike to defeat 1.
Yeah.
Without Mike, 11 can't do it. Like they did in this season, towards the end of the season, where the whole thing of Mike and Will's story was Will getting Mike to realize, like, you are the thing that is pushing Elle. Like you are her muse, so to speak. Like you need to be behind her. She needs to have you in her corner.
It's a part of the group.
Yes. But she needs, like, mostly not even just the group, but like of Elle. Like she needs you to boost her up, to power her up to be able to do things. Like Without that, she's just a unguided missile, basically. So I think that's like his thing is building the group up in that way. And then I think it's going to end up being like he's going to finally have to confront what's been going on inside him this whole time and pick a side, basically. Like, is he going to work on the upside down side and let it take him over? Or is he going to fight it and like sacrifice himself in a way to like not allow that connection anymore?
I don't think it's a choice with the connections there, you know.
Yeah, but I know that's what I'm saying. I think like he's gonna find out like they're gonna like there'll be that episode kind of like they did with Nancy, where he basically told her his whole plan. There's gonna be that kind of thing with Will, like you've been why I've been able to do this, like because I took you and I captured you first, and I've been using you this whole time to direct what I wanted without you knowing it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then he's going to be like, well, I'm going to stop you from doing that. And he's going to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
And he'll like they'll have the whole thing where he like admits his, you know, love for Mike and that whole thing. And
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know.
well, there's definitely something there. That's like, I mean, a very 80s trope, that whole car scene of him like saying like you need to just tell her you love her, blah blah blah, like telling the person that you love that they need to talk to somebody else and help them find happiness with somebody else when you want to be the person that they're in love with.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but yeah, I agree. Like I kind of feel like there's something else, but maybe it could be.
I also have this theory that Eddie is not dead.
Oh, Eddie's dead. He died.
I think a la the Max situation, where Max's consciousness is in the ether, that I think Vecna has Max's consciousness.
No,
she's the linchpin of the whole season 5.
The reason the whole the town he killed her, but she's in a coma. And when 11 went into her head, she was not there because she's brain dead.
No, because I think Vecna took her soul.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think he has her hostage inside where he's recuperating.
Yeah, I don't.
It's going to be a fight. Like, it's going to be like the Lynch of that 5th season is basically going to be the battle for Max's consciousness. It's like that's going to be part of the season.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's the only thing to me that makes sense is why would you keep her around if she's brain dead? Why would you just leave her body there? In story wise, why wouldn't you just kill her off the show? Why keep her as a pawn on why keep her as a piece on the board if she's not going to be used next season? Just be sitting in a hospital the whole season?
We don't know.
That makes no sense. So I think there's going to be something where Eleven's going to have to go in and they're going to find like her consciousness is being held captive somewhere in the upside down. And she has to go and get it, or inside the ether mind, whatever that thing is.
Well, maybe Max will just be in there and that's it. I mean, I do think there's a reason, but I also felt like the way the show ended, it was because 11 saw the pain Lucas had and was just like, I'm going to try to save her.
Yes.
And it was just...
Well, because no, that was more her just being like, no, I'm not going to let you die.
Yeah.
So she brought her body back, but her consciousness is somewhere else.
Yeah, this was the Empire. This was the Avengers.
Oh, very much so. This is definitely the Empire.
That's the Han Solo being frozen in carbonite.
Yes.
You know?
Max is the Han Solo of this.
Yeah.
And that makes Lucas Princess Leia.
Man, hey, that was a heart-wrenching moment.
Oh.
They were so good. Lucas.
I just don't think I think it's. I don't know if they expected it to be as big as it turned out being, Eddie character, but it's almost like it's one of those things where they killed him off, but it's happened before in other shows where the character's gotten so big that they have to bring the character back because it's just so popular.
The
So I
Stranger
just
Things
wonder if
hasn't
there's
done
that.
that.
Well, they haven't done it yet, but it doesn't mean they can't. It's
I
happened.
don't
It's a
think
very 80s trope thing to do too. Is oh, this character turned out to be so big, we just end up magically they're fine.
I think Eddie's gone. I think Eddie
Found
was
them
there
later
to
in some
meet,
other place.
huh?
I don't think he's gonna come back like alive, but I think you'll definitely see him somehow involved somewhere.
I think Eddie's
Be it
death gave-
like a astral, like a
no,
force ghost kind of situation.
no. Eddie's done. I think he gave Dustin his confidence to be a better person because Dustin looked up to him. That was like a brother figure to him. So I think his death, his the way he was will make Dustin a better person.
Yeah.
But I think Eddie's gone. I mean, a lot of the season favorites have died. And, I don't think there's any reason to bring Eddie back.
Yeah.
Like, these guys have had this story planned out since season 1. So I think, we're not going to see the new season until 2024, they announced.
I know. That's a long time.
I'm sure filming and the CG.
Will's brother will look like 60 by then.
I know, right? But they're probably filming it this year.
That poor guy does not look like he's in his 20s.
Who?
Will's brother, the one that's dating Nancy, Jonathan.
Oh, he's like in his early 20s though.
I know, but he doesn't look it though. Like he's aging ungracefully.
Well, he's
like
British.
They're definitely having to like make his wigs and stuff way more intense to make him look younger. Because he's just like you can tell he's that one person in the group that's like aging quicker than everyone else is, like facial wise. Like he's almost got wrinkles at this point. He's like,
not that bad.
You put him along Steve and Nancy.
Oh,
he doesn't look like they're the same age group. He looks like he's been out of college for at least 10, 15 years at this point.
Yeah, it looks like he's just graduating college. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're just growing into college. So
yeah. So I know in our text thread, like, so I cut back my caffeine intake and
I haven't noticed.
I only drink coffee in the morning now.
Doesn't seem like it's working too well so far.
Well, we watched the final the episode before the last episode. We started 30 minutes and I was like, I'm so tired, I gotta go to bed. Yeah. So the next day we start the last episode and I was like, I'm gonna drink 1 cup of coffee to help me stay awake. Holy crap, I haven't had a cup of coffee late at night in a very long time, like a month now.
Yeah.
I was up till 1 a.m. I was like out of my mind. I got shitty sleep. But I just kept thinking about Stranger Things when I woke up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And like, that's how much I didn't realize how much caffeine was affecting me until I gave it up. After 3 o'clock, I don't have any more caffeine. I have 1 cup at 3 and that's it. I've been drinking seltzers. I'm an old man now. Flavored seltzers is my new thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I love them.
I gotta admit, I don't understand the caffeine thing with people anymore. I don't understand it.
What do you mean?
I haven't had caffeine in years. So to me, it's like the fact that people like talk about like, oh, caffeine, I only have it a certain time of day. It's like, you don't need it at all.
We don't need anything at all, Mark. I'm sure you indulge on things that I don't like. I enjoy caffeine, but I know I had a cup back. That's all.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, it's just when people are like, oh, I can't, like people say to me all the time, like, even at work, like, oh, you guys, you don't need a cup of coffee when you wake up in the morning to get you going. I'm like, no, I just wake up.
I mean, of course I don't need it.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like when someone drinks a beer, they don't need the beer. They want the beer.
Exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, I was thinking about Hopper when he picked up the sword, and then it dawned on me. I was thinking about season 1 and how they were kind of playing to the D&D characters, and then I
Yes.
was, oh my god, they were playing to like Rocky and
He's the paladin.
yeah, but Rocky had said, you know, that very first episode when they're playing basketball and they're playing that
Yes.
D&D, Rocky goes, I feel like that's how it's going to end or something. And I was like, holy shit. So yeah, I wrote down everything because I had to get it out of my head. But Hopper was a fighter or a paladin.
Yes. Oathbreaker paladin.
A paladin basically is fighting for something, and like I was like, well, he's fighting for 11, he's fighting for the kids, so I kind of feel like he's more of a paladin than a fighter. And he had,
well, he's like he's like one of those classic stories, like even like in Lord of the Rings, like the Viggo Mortensen character.
yeah,
He was like somebody who was supposed to do something and had like everything basically, and then lost it all, and then like is now like rebuilding himself back up to be himself again. Like
right.
they told the story of how his daughter dies and he lost his family and it sent him down this path, and he like was broken, and now he's like on the opposite side of it, reappears muscular, all, you know, butch and ready to go, and has
Well,
the sword and everything.
he lost weight because he was barely eating anything.
Well, that, and he also was, yeah, and also for Black Widow, so
Black Widow, he was fat.
which is a fake fat. He wasn't real fat for that.
Yeah, well, that was real fat.
I know, but he was like muscular underneath it though, because he was they were shooting this the same time they did Stranger Things.
Dude, he was.
That's how long they've been shooting this season.
He was obesely big during Black Widow.
I know, because it was right after Stranger Things. So I'm saying like it's crazy because it's like that's how long this season of Stranger Things has been shooting.
No, he's skinny now though. He lost.
I know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
when they started this Black Widow, when they shot Black Widow, it was right after he got off Stranger Things season
3.
3.
Yeah.
So that's how long this has been shooting, is that he's been able to get to this point.
Yeah.
It's like, I think all told, it's been over 3 years or something they've been shooting this season.
Because COVID shut him down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that's crazy.
Also, when Eddie has his epic moment playing Master of Puppets,
Yes.
like, oh, he's the bard, obviously.
Yes.
Nancy, Steve, and Robin are all rogues because they're sneaking in. They're sneaking in. They're trying to do something on the down low. I'm like, oh, they're Mark playing D&D rogues.
Yes.
11.
Nancy is the main rogue, though. She's the rogue. I think Steve and Robin were just roped into being that character with her for this.
Yeah, but they're all.
I don't think Robin is a rogue. I think they were just playing that part of the thing. I think Steve is like a fighter character more than he is anything else. I think Nancy's the rogue because she's the one that like went into the psych ward and like did the whole thing with the telling of the stories, and she like is like always like able to maneuver her way around without anyone seeing her, so to speak.
That's fair. I said 11 was either a wizard or a sorcerer, but I was leaning towards sorcerer more because she could heal.
That'd be a mage, though?
Huh?
That'd be a mage? I don't know all the characters like well in Dungeons and Dragons. I'm asking more than stating.
That's why I asked John, but
okay.
That's when I Googled these.
It's like the healing thing reminds me of like mage.
Well, sorcerer can heal too.
Can they? Okay.
And then Dustin.
I'm very beginner level when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons still, so I don't know all the.
Yeah, me too. I said Dustin is a barbarian, because he goes running right into battle. Yeah, like he's like
without thinking.
Once Eddie was in trouble, he was just like, I'm going in. Like but anyway, like I was just like up at 4 a.m. just thinking about all these things, and then
I think they're gonna make Max the empath of the group.
No, but Will is.
But I think they're gonna make Max the other one. Like Max will also be able to.
Max in a coma. She's not doing.
Yeah, but I'm saying when she comes out of the coma, I'm saying.
Well, we only have one season left, so I don't really know how much they're gonna be doing with Max.
I have a feeling there's going to be some kind of thing in the end of this, like towards the middle of next season or something, because they're doing a time jump into the next season.
It takes it. They haven't said.
No, I did see a thing that says their plan is to do. It's going to be like a time jump between, like maybe 5 years or something like that.
I don't know. It feels like it would start off right where this one ended.
No, because I think there's going to be like.
I'm
I remember seeing
Googling.
something, or hearing something.
I'm Googling. You're hearing something?
Ross Duffer. This is off an interview he did. Uh, exactly what the cliffhanger leaves us. They said one thing for sure. I'm sure we will do a time jump. Ross Duffer said, noting the fact that the young stars are aging rapidly. Ideally, we'd have shot seasons 4 and 5 back to back, but there was just no feasible way to do that. So these are all discussions we're going to have with our writers when we start the room up.
Okay, so they're not
One can
100%.
guess that Hawkins, Indiana, nay the world, will once again be in peril thanks to the Upside Down monsters. But in an interview with Variety, the Duffer brothers said the world of the Upside Down would be more explored in the fifth outing of Stranger Things. A lot of those answers for the Upside Down is really what the basis of season 5 is about. They couldn't elaborate. The Duffers once again alluded to how the final season will follow the blueprint of George Lucas, the same way the fourth season was inspired by Empire Strikes Back. The final few is going to be more like a Return of the Jedi, in that not tonally, but just in terms they're going from the beginning. There's going to be less ramp up. And I think people will understand what I'm talking about when they see the end of the season, end of this season. It's like we're just going.
Yeah. So we don't know. They haven't even started writing, so anything could change. But that's what they're telling us now.
Yeah.
So I don't want to speculate too much because I enjoy being surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way to
whatever they do will be good.
Because it's like a la Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. There was a tiny bit of a time jump there where I think you could go a year or two time jump to kind of like catch up to the kids' ages, like real ages more.
Yeah.
So you're not like trying to convince everyone that 11 is like 13 when she's almost 20 years old at this point.
We know there was a time jump between last season and this season, and we know she's not 13. She's a teenager. She's like probably 15, 16.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could see them going a year or two just to kind of, like you say, go with the age. I agree. Yeah.
Because then you have enough, like you could then say you've had enough time where you can do a beginning of the season, like what's been going on montage. And like you could do the thing where she's like went in and like Max is healed physically from all her injuries. And so then she's just basically just there in a coma, but she's healed, like her bones are all healed and everything's healed. And so then you could do the scene at the beginning of the season where she goes and has to fight for Max's consciousness or find her consciousness to reattach it to her body to then like bring Max back into the fold, so to speak. You wouldn't have to be like just putting her consciousness back in a broken body. The body would be ready to go, to join in the fight, the big battle fight.
Or she could just be in a coma.
Well, because like we were saying, she's like the Han Solo from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Getting a Return of the Jedi was them going and finding Han Solo and saving him from Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Basically the same kind of thing, just with Max's consciousness, going and finding it, bringing her back, and now she's part of the team that go and fight the big battle.
Yeah. Dude, I have to say that was such a sad scene when they're
Ugh.
like, "Oh, are they going to show it?" And they showed how she can't
Yeah.
find her.
Yeah.
Oh, so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yeah. The whole
Um,
season was just well done.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I For me, the whole show was a 10. Like
Yeah.
every episode was a 10.
I mean, Netflix should be writing them so many thank you notes for saving their bacon, basically.
Oh, and the promotion. Like we went to Walmart. There's
Yeah.
Stranger Things stuff everywhere. I went to PetSmart. They have Stranger Things dog toys.
Yeah.
We got the pizza from the pizza place. I sent you
Yeah.
the photo.
Yeah.
They make frozen pizza with the
Frozen
box.
boy pizza, surfer boy pizza.
Yeah. If you don't try, don't deny. If you can't try, if you don't try, don't deny.
Yeah.
But
I've tried, and pineapple's gross on pizza. So
I love pineapple on pizza. So
you're weird.
I love Hawaiian pizzas.
Ugh, disgusting.
Pineapple
Blasphemy.
and ham, two great
Blasphemy.
tastes great together.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. But I hate pepperoni. I don't like any meat really on pizza. I like ham and pineapple, but I don't like sausage. I don't like pepperoni. I do like a good barbecue chicken pizza though. That's good.
Mm.
Grilled barbecue chicken. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do next. It sucks that it's over.
Yeah.
But I was also talking to Alice, and I'm like, we should watch all the seasons. Once we know it's coming back, we should go from season 1. I don't know. We might do that because it's 2 years from now. Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Mark.
Hopefully Netflix is still around by then.
Yeah, they're not going to go anywhere. Netflix is not going anywhere.
All the great decisions they're making lately. Hopefully they're still around by then.
This month, I am excited for the Resident Evil show coming out. I definitely want to check that out. That's on my radar. And I will be jumping into Umbrella Academy once I finish volume 1 of the graphic novel.
Yeah.
So I will be watching. We did watch on Netflix The G Word with Adam Conover, which was really good.
Oh yeah.
It's basically a new version of Adam Ruins
Everything. Yeah, we've been watching the Iron Chef on there too.
Iron Chef. I've never watched a cooking show.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched them. I get sucked in, but I don't really. But I know people love those.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good stuff. Anything else, Mark, before we wrap it up?
No, just I will also give Stranger Things season 4 a 10 as well. Yeah. It is arguably, I think, the best thing to come out this year so far.
I agree, totally.
It's right up there with Loki for best shows that have come out this year. Which crazy
Loki
enough.
didn't come out this year, but
was it last year?
Yeah, Loki came out last year.
Whatever. But anyways, yeah. And they come out in a while. It's the best thing I've seen since Loki, probably.
I mean, it's definitely one of my top shows. That and Barry are probably my 2 top shows this year for new shows. I mean, granted, Letterkenny and Shoresy, those are comedies.
Yeah.
But like for brand new stuff, yeah. I mean, definitely my top favorites.
Yeah.
But I got to start keeping a list of everything I can watch and read over the year because I forget. And like, I'm like, what did I watch this year? Because it happens so quickly.
There's so many things.
There is. And I make a list for everything, and I should really start doing that.
You should. So we don't rewatch things that you've already watched. Because we have Andor coming out at the end of August.
Is that coming out this year?
Yes.
So speaking of Endor, it was released that the first season is going to take place like 5 years
before Rogue One. Yes. And the way they're doing it is they're going to do 12 episode seasons. What it's going to be is they were shot in 4 blocks of 3 episodes. and all like each block will span a year of time.
Yeah.
So the first 3 episodes will be 5 years ago, and then it'll go like it'll move up and move up and move up. So
Interesting. I hope it's good. I
Yeah.
hope it's good.
yeah,
Obi-Wan was good, but I hope Endor is better.
Andor is going to be more about. I think you're going to see a lot of people from Obi-Wan, like ancillary characters, show up in Andor, because this is like it was like the establishing of the rebellion in Obi-Wan, and this is going to be more of showing like that story of how the rebellion was started in Andor.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it'll be good. It's supposed to be really good. From what the director said, or someone I saw said, it's an epic undertaking.
yes.
The amount of stuff they've shot and the sets and everything. They use all practical sets. They didn't do the volume like the other shows have. They wanted to do everything old school, all the original Star Wars, where they built sets and did the whole thing that way and not the other way.
Yeah, I will say Obi-Wan did look good when they had the lightsaber fights and whatnot. It was what it looked. I like the lighting. I like the feel. I like the look.
Yeah, no, it was a really good show. It just
had its writing problems.
Well, I think it was more of just it was
writing.
That suffered a little bit from the Solo story curse.
I don't even think
of it being like we all know what happens, and you're just basically just filling in between lines that we don't really need to be filled in.
Right. I agree with that, but I also think the writing was bad. My favorite part of Obi-Wan Kenobi still is that laser force field gate where literally when they show you the wide shot, they could just walk right around. Like literally, you don't even like that. It's just why?
Well, that's like any movie,
so
like
silly.
Any show like that where they have a checkpoint. You could just walk around the checkpoint, but
but then you had to shut it up to get through. He's like, "How am I going to get through?"
Well, because it's like you can't fit a hole. It'd be easier to just walk straight as opposed to walk up and around.
No, literally, when they show the wide shot, like the booth part where the beams are coming out, it was open. You literally.
I know, but it's supposed to be like your own, like like you would just wait for the gate to open. You wouldn't walk around. You know.
I don't know.
Follow the rules, Brian. Follow the rules.
Bad writing.
Follow the rules.
Other than that,
Star Wars, don't think that much about it.
I agree with you, but sometimes they could. I just think the writing was bad.
That's my new thing. Anytime anyone complains about Star Wars, it's Star Wars. You're complaining about story of a thing that takes place in a galaxy far, far away, and you're wanting to like complain about how it doesn't fit into our reality of how things happen. There are people shooting lasers at each other and fighting with electrical swords.
No.
It's Star Wars.
Listen, Mando done very well. No complaints.
There's some things in Mando too that you can say the same thing.
Yes, but when it's so good, you can ignore them. It doesn't bother me. But Obi-Wan had just weird things.
That's called being nitpicky.
No.
Yes.
It's just bad.
If it's something that bothers you in Obi-Wan, like that gate, if that gate thing were to happen in Mandalorian, you would just let it go because it's Mandalorian?
No, I would be like, why? It's silly. Why?
I think you would just let it go because it's Mandalorian. You wouldn't notice it as much.
Right, because I'm so enthralled by how great the show is. I'm just saying. I think Obi-Wan was a good show.
It's called being a curmudgeon, Brian. It's fine. It happens.
It was a good show. It could have been shorter. The last 2 episodes were the best. And
well, it's because it wasn't Mandalorian. It was Boba Fett.
Obi-Wan?
Oh, I thought you were about the Boba Fett show.
No.
Oh.
I said Obi-Wan was a good show. It could have been shorter. The last 2 episodes were my favorite.
I don't think you could have done a 4-episode show, though.
I think it could have been.
You have to do at least 6. You have to do at least 6 to make it worth doing.
They could have cut a little bit of that out.
I don't think you could have. I think you just have to do 6 is your minimum. Or what's the point of doing it? No one's going to greenlight a 4-episode show
Why not?
because it's not worth the money. You don't make any money that way.
It's Disney. Like, they need to make the money.
It doesn't matter if it's Disney or anybody. You still want to make the money.
You still gotta make the
things
money.
just to do things. Well, we got tons of money. We don't need any more of it. Let's just do that because it's fun.
Obi-Wan
okay.
was a show they just did to do. I mean,
No, they
really
did it so
didn't
people
give
would
us
watch
anything.
it and they could sell the products for it.
I don't know. I'm
Disney's
just
not just sitting in a room somewhere. It's not some guy going like, well, we've made all the money we're gonna make this year, boys. Let's just cash in the rest of this season. Let's just, do a 4-episode Obi-Wan show. We don't need to do 6.
well, originally this Obi-Wan show was going to be a movie,
Yeah.
but Solo did so poorly, they scrapped that idea.
Well, so was Boba Fett.
When you go back, they had that big timeline.
Yes.
Obi-Wan was going to be a movie.
Yes.
So yes, they do change things. But I don't know. Anyway, we talked about it last week. We don't need to rehash it again. So we have the Manchester show in a couple weeks.
We do.
July 24th, Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Army and Navy Club, 1090 Main Street, Manchester, Connecticut.
Then at the end of the month is Terrificon.
Yeah, where's that going to be held?
Mohegan Sun.
Is it the following weekend or the same weekend?
The following weekend. The
Okay.
final weekend of the month.
Gotcha.
The one that goes from, July. Yeah.
Are you going to that?
I don't know yet. I haven't talked to Matt about it yet. See what he's doing.
Because I think we are supposed to be trying to play D&D on the 30th.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be there the whole weekend. I usually just go like the Saturday or something.
Well, that is a Saturday.
Yeah, I know, but I would just move it to the Sunday or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going. I don't know what he's doing yet. I haven't talked to him about it.
Okay. All right, Mark, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Like this, follow us, and we'll be back next week with Thor.
Yes, Love and Thunder. Gotta get it. As always, be well, be good, be kind.
Rewind.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.